So, Dystopian Future. Welcome everyone everywhere to another episode of the Elite Thinking Club. I'm Jules, Julien. I'm joined tonight with my co-hosts, Liz Barker and Michael Houchen. You guys good?
All good.
Oh, yeah.
Happy days. Right, guys, I've got a great episode right now. Oh, and shout outs to everybody that's watching us right now on the TikTok, on the Twitch, on the YouTube. You know what to do. You know how to do it. Hit the comments. Let us know what you're thinking on this particular topic. Right. Liz, Michael, it just came into my mind because I had a conversation with a friend and he said that he was speaking to someone that was in prison for 19 years. He did a 19-year stretch, right? He's having this interesting conversation with this guy. And this guy said, you know what, the main thing that shocked me when I first got out of prison? And he said, what's that? And he said, the amount of technology that people are carrying around with them. And he said, wow, like, I never really noticed this. And he goes, well, you wouldn't, because you're in it. Do you get what I mean? Like, I'm witnessing a world that I didn't go in, and when I've come out now, it's completely changed. He goes, I went into Tesco's, and I've got this self-service till thing, and it's it's a screen, and it's recording me. And he goes, everyone's got these phones or devices now with cameras on, and apparently they're listening all the time. And he just said, I just think this is dystopian future for me. It's madness. And this got me thinking. It got me thinking, I'm so comfortable in this madness that I don't think it's mad. But I will watch a movie like George Orwell, 1984, and to me, that way of living is mad. You know, when you watch the film and you're just like, or you read the book and you're just like, yeah, that's fucking crazy. But then to witness what we're doing right now, how we're living right now, it is no longer dystopian future. This shit is happening now. Do you get what I mean? Now,
Yeah.
do you get what I mean? Ponder on the thought for a sec. Like, let me know what you think. And it's cool. That's what we're here for. Dedicated to critical thinking. Could I be overthinking this? Or is it not as bad as like it made out? Do you know what I'm saying? I wonder you guys.
It's not that bad. I mean, we have made a lot of advances in the last 50 years or so. But that's where it should be. And we would have been a lot further if there wasn't any groups of people stopping it.
What do you mean people stopping it? Sorry.
Well, I don't want to get into it. But yeah.
I think it's quite bad how it's kind of crept up on us. When people first got mobile phones, it was more of, oh my gosh, like you can text and call people from your phone. You don't have to use a phone box. You don't have to go home to use the landline. But now it's like it has everything on that device, you know, banking, prescriptions, like you can order things from it and it turns up at your door 20 minutes later.
Yes.
So I think it's good. It is good, obviously, like Michael said, with regards to advancement, and obviously it's good with how it's kind of the necessity of it and how it makes our lives easier. But I think that it is actually, I agree with the guy. It's quite dystopian. It's getting that way.
Right. So if thank you for answering that, guys, because it's important to get different perspectives and views. And I didn't think it was as bad as it is. And I'm not about to go on a doom and gloom trip. Okay, this is not about oh shit, but it's about acknowledging what dystopia is. What is this even mean? Why is it that, you know, people are so seeing it this way, like the authors and the filmmakers and the film writers, you know, and just us in general witnessing what is happening around us. So dystopias are characterized, this is something I've got online that just helps summarize it, yeah? Dystopias are characterized by loss of individuality, oppression, fear, and hopelessness. Dystopian societies typically revolve around a strong central authority that controls politics, the economy, and any religion. Characters usually do not realize they are being oppressed in the beginning of the work, but it can be seen as a very bad or unfair society in which there is a lot of suffering, especially an imaginary society in the future after something terrible has happened. So I know that was a lot I just said, and I know that you're probably like trying to process it, or I get it, take time. What I will say is we've obviously just come out of a 2-year lockdown pandemic. That could be described as a terrible thing.
Mm-hmm.
And during that time, let's imagine that a society typically revolves around a strong central authority that controls the politics, the economy, and could be religion. I mean, it isn't that hard to believe because we've lived it. But I don't want to admit it. Do you get what I mean? I don't want to admit it. I don't want to say, fuck, like, is this shit real? Because nice. Do you get what I mean? Michael, Liz, what do you think? Jules, what do you think?
Yeah, you've just explained it 100%.
Well, I actually enjoyed the lockdown.
Oh,
You enjoyed the lockdown, fair enough. Why did you enjoy the lockdown, though? This is important to know. Why did you enjoy
Because it was the easiest way to be lazy with an excuse. So I didn't have to work. Sorry. It's such an easy time.
Hey, Michael, you're always so honest and just blurt it out. It's brilliant.
Well, I wasn't expected to work.
I've got to be honest, I enjoyed the lockdown simply because the tempo of life slowed down. It gave me a bit of a breather from the, if you will, rat race tempo. I didn't really enjoy how I was going 100 miles an hour and getting nowhere. Whereas when the lockdowns happened, it slowed it down a lot for me. The tempo of life came to a bit of a pause and I got the time to just, keep up. Do you get what I mean?
I think that was the only positive for me, was that it slowed things down. But other than that, I didn't like it.
Some people hated the lockdowns with a passion. I see AJ there in the comments.
Yeah, I didn't agree with it at all. I think it was wrong.
Yeah. Now, the reason why some didn't like the lockdowns is because of exactly what we're talking about, which is this dystopian future. Some actually believed it was planned in a way to control the masses. Like, for example, if you keep everybody in hermit mode, not allowed out, got a curfew, got social distance, like all of these little, like we called it mission creep, like some of our very earliest episodes, which I can pin in the comments, but we was talking about this in a way that, is this just a massive control agenda? Because if it is, and they're testing, or, are we just actually needing to have these lockdowns because of this contagious virus or such and such? If that be so, and if this is the test run, what's to say in a year or two when they want to implement the full dystopian future, that they've already put it all into practice? Do you get what I mean? Cleo, she says there was a shift in consciousness when lockdown happened. Yeah, that I totally felt.
Yeah.
We got AJ here and Melissa here saying it's 100% control and it was, a social experiment and all this. Right. Do you guys know of any decent movies or books that, talk about dystopian future? Hit the comments if you know any. I mean, I mentioned George Orwell, 1984, and I don't want to say it's a bit extreme, but it can be seen as such. Do you get what I mean?
What about the Hunger Games? That's a bit dystopian, isn't it?
Liz, I love it. Hunger Games, it's a good one. Love it.
Yeah, it is. And it just shows you how far the authority could go and actually change and control our lives, and not in a positive sense at all.
Michael, do you know any little movies or books?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember that Arnold Schwarzenegger one. When they go into that
Recall?
game thing. Running Man.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, so they have to go into a pit and fight.
Blade Runner? Isn't that?
Blade Runner. Mate, Liz, yes. Blade Runner, sorry. I was going to mention this later on, but I watched it the other night, and but the new one. Yeah, the new one with, was it Ryan Gosling?
Yeah.
And remember we had that guest on the show, Nick Shackleton-Jones, and he was talking about AI.
Yeah.
Like the pros and cons. Excuse me. One of the things he mentioned was human connection and how we are living in a day and age now where human connection can now be replaced with AI. So you can have an AI girlfriend or an AI boyfriend, and they will learn you all your habits, all your what you like, what you don't like an algorithm, and it will become the perfect companion because it will tell you what you want to hear. It knows what you want to see. Yeah. And with the advancement of this technology, it can also be projected as a hologram. Now, obviously, in Blade Runner, I don't want to spoil it for people that ain't seen it, he has a holographic girlfriend. And she even tells him she loves him. Like, it's so fucking mad. And you just think,
So get
No.
touch.
Real, I don't want holographic.
you're going to have to watch it.
Hologram, just switch it off if it annoys you, I suppose. But I'd still want real.
Right. Total Recall. Some people,
Yeah.
who said that? Nini said that.
Yeah.
I want to keep up with these comments. Snowpiercer, girl in the corner. I see you. Yes, Melissa is saying Alexa, Siri, Google, all that. It's all part of the control agenda, the AI. Now, obviously, what I mentioned before, that script I read was a centralized government. Like, it's all governing. So is it a worldwide government that is now governing the masses, or are we still got our individual governments and whatever? I don't know how to say this word correctly, but I'm going to try. Totalitarianism.
Total.
Go on, please.
I've said this so many times in the past 3 years, and now I can't. How is that even possible? Totalitarianism.
Yes, Liz, thank you. Totalitarianism and government control. So some of those things that come under that is social and economic inequality, surveillance and loss of privacy, environmental disaster and depletion, loss of individuality and freedom, and the consequences of technology and scientific advancements. That is what that comes under. And that is all of the things you need to create dystopia. And it doesn't sound so bizarre once I've explained it, but that is, in essence, every fucking thing that's going on right now. So, why am I saying this? Why the fuck am I so passionate about this right now? And I feel like the reason I'm so fucking passionate about now is because when you get a summary, when you get a real understanding of it, I'm not saying all doom and gloom, and I'm not saying I'm trying to shatter your world, because there are some people who are happy with the ignorance. Ignorance is bliss. I don't want to break free. It is what it is. But what if you did have the choice to? If you did have the choice to, would you take it?
I think it all depends what it would mean. Like, at the moment, to me, the world works.
The world does work. But do you
if
think
I'm
we've
not
been coerced into it?
I think they've done it mission creep. I think they started with the mobile phones, then it went to smartphones, then they've done the smart meters, then the smart TVs, and then it's like, oh, you can get this Alexa thing in your house and it will tell you what the weather's going to be. It will make your life easier. You don't have to Google. You can just use your mouth. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. You can have things delivered to your house. You don't even leave your house. You can do everything from here. You don't need to go into the bank. Let's shut all the banks. You can do it from your phone. So it is mission creep. It's, if they probably presented it to us straight away, we probably would get overwhelmed as a species by it all. But doing it, and obviously as they advance and as they make new models and technology advances, they come up with all these different ideas and apps and things like that to make our lives easier. But I don't think that us as humans, we're supposed to be outside in nature. We're supposed to be building, creating, moving, doing things. We're not supposed to just be tapping on a screen and having everything done for us. That's not going to do us really long term any good, I don't think. Yes, it's nice to have it to help us and to make lives easier and things quicker in certain respects, like surgeries and things that are really important that can help save lives. But I think it's good to have everyday tasks and to have to get up and do things yourself. I think taking that away from people takes away the ability to have motivation, to be creative, to be human.
That's it right there. What you just said, Liz, is spot on. I was listening to Dr. Huberman, the neuroscience guy. He was saying how dopamine is actually the motivation drug. It isn't the reward drug at all.
Mhm.
Because you can get a hit of dopamine from doing absolutely nothing these day and age. So
Mhm.
you can feed your body the dope, or your brain releases the dopamine just by sitting still and ordering food. You don't
Mhm.
have to cook the food. But what it does long term is you are not doing the hard work to get it. So what you
Yeah.
got to do, so what you're doing is topping up. It's like an addiction. It's like
Mhm.
an addiction. Whereas if you want proper, true dopamine, it actually involves the struggle to climb the mountain to the top.
Mhm.
Release the dopamine, the graft of going out in the windy weather and the wet weather, coming home to a nice warm home.
Exactly.
Do you get what I mean? But
Yeah.
if you're like, nah, I don't want to go out in the rain. I don't want to go out in the wind. I'm just going to order the food. That right there will still give you the dopamine, but it will just make you not get. He explained it so much better than I'm explaining it right now. But yeah, check that out.
You're not doing
But
hard.
on the other side of that, so to order this food, you need the money. So you are doing the work. So I go to work 40, 50 hours a week. So if I don't have to cook, then that is my little bonus for working. So I'm doing the hard work by getting the money to afford the stuff like that. And all of that stuff, that list you said, Liz, I love all of that stuff. That stuff makes my life so much better.
Michael, I love that you say this because we need you to say this. Like, you're absolutely right. There is a lot of people out there who are actually happy with it. Yeah, I fucking know, Jules. I know this. I love it.
Yeah, I can hear this.
Computer working from home, and then everything you do is by computer. Like that, then to me, you've got the balance of going out to work. That's what you're saying. So your reward to treat yourself, if you want to have a Deliveroo or takeaway delivered, whatever, that's your reward. But at least you've gone out and physically done the work and you've actually ventured out of your house. What if you work from home from a laptop and you use your phone, and that is literally your life? Everything's tap, 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 tap. Where is the human connection? Where is the human creativity? Where is the human physical, like out in nature? Where's all of the, normal human behavior before technology?
Well, that comes down to the individual person. So if you work on your computer all day long, then it's down to you to go get that human connection if you want a human connection. I personally, while I'm at work, I get too much human connection. So I like being at home by myself while not getting any. So if I worked at home and I wanted some, I'd go out and find some. Because, again, you do the work, you get the reward. So if you're going to be lazy, you're not going to get it.
Yeah, I wouldn't call myself lazy, but I'm very protective of my energy. I know this because like spiritually and obviously the 9-meter radius we give out emitting energies, I'm very, very protective of my energy. So I am like the person who will not go out. Like I don't like to go out. But at the same time, I run the risk of being that person who is not as active as, say, Michael, who gets up every day, goes out every day and works every day and is exposed to people like that. That is healthy human connection, I suppose. But I'm just too set. I know that I can't do that. Like I'm not meant to be exposed to that many people. It messes with me up. It messes me up spiritually. Do you get what I mean? But yeah, there's a balance there, 100%. Now, when I said before about the coercion, do you believe that we've been coerced into a way of living that there are some resistance in? Some people are definitely like, no, keep the cash. Cash is king. Human connection is so important. Let's go out. Let's go do things we're supposed to be doing, like football down the park, social, recreational activities. We've got to keep this shit alive. Otherwise, we will find ourselves, and the only connection we have is like we have right now, online, live, because we're seeking that human connection still, but we want to do it from the comfort of our own home. Do you get what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So
From VR, which is better.
Right. This is, yes. Okay, so we mentioned the film Blade Runner and obviously the AI technology with the holographic people. Imagine if you could watch a movie in 3D in your house. You have the holographic around the room and you sit in the middle of the room and it's a 3D film. Like you're in it, you're in the movie. You can move and see it all around. Bit like, what's the one with Tom Cruise? And he's got those 3 people that see things.
Minority Report.
Yes, Minority Report. I am literally I love these comments. Keep going, guys. I flipping love you guys. Right, so quick one. If you've watched us so far on the episode and you're new to the ETC, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. Me, Liz and Michael have been running this podcast for 3 years now, and we really are grateful to have you listen to us. If you haven't done so already, you should hit the like, hit the subscribe button, of course. You know what to do. You know how to do it. Look forward to future episodes. Check out some of our past episodes, and yeah, welcome to the club, really. Shout outs to all of our ETC After Dark members as well. You guys have got the email from me or the message from me to let you know that After Dark has took a pause until we're going to resume it in 2024. That is where we have a private members only chat, me and my co-hosts and you guys off of these platforms. And we go a little bit more in on that. But if that sounds like of any interest to you, just hold tight because we're going to resume that in 2024 and we'll let you know. So thanks for your patience on that. Right. Why are we having this conversation? Why do you think this conversation is important? Liz, Michael, viewers.
Because we're living it and because it's upon us and technology is massive in our lives.
Michael?
Well, to be honest, I'm into it all, so I'm probably like the other side of it.
This is the battle, right? I've got Liz, my freedom fighter, on one side, and I've got Michael, who's like, no, man, I'm all for it. Bring on those pornographic fucking movies. I want it. And I'm like,
we're like a married couple with a mediator, aren't we? We're having mediation.
I'm your marriage counsellor.
Yeah, you are. You are a marriage counsellor. Come on, Jules. Keep us together.
As soon as we finish this tonight, I'm jumping on my VR.
I thought you were going to say something else, Ed.
Nah, porn's hard to watch on it.
I have to admit to you both, right, that I love that you are my yin and my yang. I do. I really do. And I love that most people who watch our show also, you know, like your different views and perspectives. I'm on Michael's side. I'm on Liz's side. I don't particularly mind the reality that I have chose to exist in. Like spiritually for me, I made the choice, embraced the choice. This is what I signed up for. So therefore, what I'm witnessing and what I'm experiencing, I ultimately signed up for. Where it gets me is the centralized control, the big brother, if you will. My mission, like my wanting is just to know that there is someone that's watching me, but there is someone watching the person watching me. Does that make sense? Because this is like the freedom fight in me. It isn't fair that I should feel like a modern day slave, like I am being monitored all the time. Like, where is my privacy? Where is my freedom? If I don't have that anymore, that core value of mine, freedom, you know, what will be the time when it will be so far gone that I will be getting eye scanned to literally leave my home? You know, I will be monitored everywhere I go. I won't be able to just have a little bit of freedom to be free again. You know, it'll be illegal to do certain things. It already is illegal to do certain things. And it's like,
I know, with all the face scans and stuff.
Yeah. And I know it's all for security. I understand. But where the law gets changed so rapidly and also under the radar, eventually someone will turn around and be like, by the way, that's against the law. What? That's against the law. What do you mean that's against the law? You're not allowed out for longer than 3 hours. You know that. Curfew's at 10.
Just mad.
Security, isn't it? It's security. You got to be locked in. Security from what?
But that isn't living, is it? That isn't living. When you look at like the Hunger Games and Blade Runner, it's like fighting constantly against the system just to be free, just to have that bit of freedom and not be locked down and not be told what to do, what you have to eat, or whether you're going to eat because you've broken the rules. You know, all the restrictions and regulations. We have so many around us already, which I know have been around for years, and the laws are the laws, but doesn't necessarily make it right.
And I've said this before, like, there are people in this world, and I totally am aware that they would give a limb to live the life I live. I know that. To some, I am a fucking millionaire. I'm the richest man they've ever met in their life, and I get that. But to others, I am a peasant, you know, a mere slave. What are you talking about? You flipping middle class, whatever, like working class, whatever. Like, there's these different levels. And I know spiritually that the yin and the yang of life. Is perspective is everything. If you see yourself as such, that is what you are. And so freedom exists within.
Yes.
It doesn't matter about what's going on out there. That's how I see things anyway.
In your
For real. It's quite remarkable. I don't fear a dystopian future. I feel like I had that realization that I live in it. I exist in it. This is real. The shit is real. Yeah, I'm saying. I'm reading these books like it's science fiction or it's like the future that is going to happen. But the reality is it's now. It's now. You know?
Yeah.
There are those who love it, like Michael, and there are those who, well, do you oppose it, Liz? I don't know. Should I say?
Yeah.
You oppose it, yeah.
I'm
Because sorry, I keep talking a lot, but in 50 years' time, because we've seen the growth of this, because we've seen the development of this, and we've lived through this evolution, and it is like, because we're so in it, we don't see it. Like the story earlier about the guy who's been in prison for 19 years. He just walked out on it and seen it. Like, what the fuck is this? Do you know what I'm saying? We've just evolved in it and got so used to it that we forget. I do anyway. I forget sometimes.
Like when you see all the children and the teenagers walking around with their phones, and I think they've kind of, it's mission creeped into our lives, and now it's being pushed onto and given to the children. So the next generation, before they're even adults, before their brains are fully developed, they're already engrossed in the screen. They're already using apps at, such young ages for entertainment, for social, for all sorts. And I just think to myself that, to me, I just feel like that's where we've gone to the next generation. It is going to be that very much technology in the future, even more so. So like when you say in 50 years' time when we look back, I think it's going to...
It's so far gone that we can't go back.
Yeah. Well, I think that fact that the next generation and young kids are being given the screens so early, I know that's the parents' responsibility, but I do think that they've kind of made it so that, kids want it and kids want to be like other kids. So really hard. And I think that once they've got the next generation into it, it's literally just going to be part of life. That generation's children will just instantly have it from birth. Technology.
Sorry. It's not even like a social pressure. It's more like we are evolving. And if you don't keep up, you're left behind. Like, it's like, with the cash thing, and we all said cash is coming earlier.
How many?
You have no choice.
Yeah.
You have to do online banking because the banks are shutting. You have to get rid of your cash because who takes cash these days?
But that's what
we store.
If we go down that route, there's no going back. Once there's no cash, we'll never be able to bring it back. Once it's gone, it's gone.
My store takes cash, so feel free to spend money at my store.
Great advertising, Michael. I love it.
I love it, Michael.
Promo. Well done.
Right, obviously, you guys would love to know what you think. Those that are watching on the Twitch, on the YouTube, or on the TikTok right now, we really appreciate you. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. You know what to do. You know how to do it. Send us a DM, send us a message. Let us know what you think on the episode. And I feel like I'm going to have to wrap it up. But before I do, Liz, Michael, is there anything else that you want to add to tonight's episode before we say goodbye?
Yeah, I mean, the stuff that we have nowadays, just don't let it overwhelm you. Everything I have, I mean, my phone and stuff, I normally have 2 phones on me, which seems like a lot for some people. But I personally don't really need them. I'll put my phone down, I'll get a message, I won't even look at it. Whereas like the other half, as soon as she gets a message, it look. I don't need this stuff. I like this stuff in my life. So the stuff I like, I will carry on using. So enjoy the stuff you like. If you get to a point where you don't like the stuff, don't use it.
I think that's really good because you're in control of it. You're not letting it control you. And I think that's a really good point where you don't, if your phone pings, you don't necessarily need to look at it straight away. So you're not letting the device control you. You're like, no, I'll check you when I'm ready to check you. And that's really good. It's good to have balance with anything in life. But yeah, that's because I think it is very easy to get overwhelmed by it when your phone is pinging off, you're getting notifications after notifications, emails. It's just like, it's just like, so, you know, one of my friends, they actually turned their phone off for so many hours of the day. And they literally give themselves a time, like a time limit of when their phone is on and when their phone is off. And we've all got used to, everybody in my friend's life has got so used to it that we know that at that time there's no point in sending a message if it's in that time frame when it's on. And I think that's great, because again, that's a way of saying, I'll have a device because I need it, because this is modern day, you know, tool. But they're very much like, I'm not going to let the device take over my life. So
there's a time and a place for it, and it isn't all the time.
Yeah, so I think you're right. It's like everything in moderation, isn't it, Michael? So I get it. You're saying you enjoy it, you use it for your enjoyment. You haven't got to the stage where you've allowed the enjoyment to be taken away because of the control of the.
Yeah. So like when we're laying in bed about to go to sleep, I'll shut my phone. Well, I'll put my phone on standby. She'll put her phone on standby. If they both beep at the same time, I won't even move. But she'll go like that. She'll turn over, look at the phone again, and I'm like, it's not that important.
Well, it could be, but you don't know unless you check.
Well, if it's important, they'll phone me.
Yeah, that's true.
If someone died, they'll ring me. They won't text me.
That's very true.
All right. Well, I'm very glad that we summarised it, and I totally understand where you guys are coming from. Even you guys, because I've been watching your comments, and obviously I would read them all out, but there's a lot there. So thank you anyway. And you guys have been talking amongst yourselves. That big word, totalitarianism, totalitarianism, that I couldn't pronounce before, and all the things that it pretty much summarises, hasn't left my mind. That is still in my thought process, and I will never allow it to escape my mind, simply because where we can laugh and joke about serious stuff, which is humour, that's what it's there for, right? To laugh and joke about serious stuff. I won't forget how serious this is, because I could see it from a really serious point of view. Like, we're so swept by how easy we can get on with it, but never forget, like, the grand scheme of things. Let's keep them busy, entertained by Punch and Judy, but they're so thinking about Punch and Judy, they don't think about the puppeteer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That's so good. Yeah.
And that's why I'm just keeping, open mind about it. But I am with you both on it. And Michael, I swear to God, I enjoy the evolution of technology. And Liz, I'm fighting the freedom fight too, but just being mindful of the bigger picture. But thank you so much for being here on the Elite Thinking Club. Right, let's end this on a high, like we always do. What's special about today?
Yay!
Today is the 4th of December, 2023. So the first thing that's special about today, did you know it's National Sock Day? It's National Socks Day.
Socks on. I must go and put some on then.
Put your socks on, Liz. It's since 2016, this has been a day to celebrate socks. And yeah, it goes without thinking. Like, it's something we're so used to having, but I'm a big sock lover. I like socks.
I've decided bright orange socks are my favourite.
Shout out to Amy Louise. She knew it was National Sock Day. I love that. Yeah. Best gifts ever as well. I get people socks all the time because I know that when they keep them in their sock drawer and when they put them on, they think of me. Do you get what I mean? They remember, oh yeah, I got these socks.
That's one of my worst presents ever. Whoa.
We don't like socks, Michael. Oh shit, I'm going to turn them there.
Anybody that buys me socks, I just go, right, you're not worth my time.
Oh, what about you? I mean,
anything, deodorant, socks, boxers, anything like that. If you buy me that, I just know our relationship isn't where it's meant to be.
No, that's all right. I'll give it to someone else.
Yeah, better unwrapped up. I wrapped up then.
Right. It's also, did you know, it's also International Cheetah Day. Not cheetah as in like, I don't know, cheat on your spouse or whatever. The fastest land, or like, the fastest animal on the planet, on Earth, the cheetah. So yeah, it can go 0 to 75 miles an hour in 3 seconds. Ain't that something fascinating? Ain't that amazing? Like, let's not forget about the cheetah. Did you guys know that? It was National Cheetah Day.
No, I didn't know that. I'd never have known that if you hadn't brought it to my attention.
I've never seen one in real life,
Have you not?
No, I've never seen one in real life. Just put it out there. Never been to the savannah. Do you know what I mean? I I would like to. Bucket list thing.
Oh, imagine ETC in Savannah.
Oh God.
And a cheetah just runs past. I don't even know if my eyes will be able to keep up. 0 to 75 in 3 seconds. It's like,
Well, you watch a car drive past, so you should be able to see.
this is faster than a car, Michael.
No, it's not. Like, cars can go 300 miles an hour.
Oh yeah, fair one. Like those, rapid cars. But I'm talking like an average, like not an average, but a Ferrari is not as fast as a cheetah, acceleration wise. Like it cannot get 0 to 75.
Tesla.
Tesla maybe, yeah, actually, yeah. Yeah, okay, fair one.
Not
Even that,
so
I wouldn't be able to see the car. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Right. It's also National Dice Day. I know. What do you guys think about that? It's National Dice Day. So, dice games, dices. Fortune tellers use dice as well. What's your favorite dice games, guys? Do you have any favorite dice games?
Oh, Snakes and Ladders.
Yeah. Decent.
Either Monopoly or Yahtzee.
Yes, my.
Oh,
love
no.
Yahtzee.
Yes. Yahtzee.
Have you heard of the game Perudo?
Never heard of that.
Perudo. It's liar's dice. So it's a pirate game. They used to play it on ships, where basically you all get a set of dice each, and you have to take a look at your dice, see that you have like 3 5s and 2 2s or whatever, and you pick a number, say that I have 2 5s, and the person next to you has either got to call you out and say I don't believe you, or they do believe you. Do you get what I mean? Look it up anyway. Perudo, great game.
Yeah, actually, I think I've seen it in a film.
Yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah. They do play it in Pirates of the Caribbean. Liar's dice. Anyway, it's National Dice Day. It's also World Wildlife Conservation Day. Quite like that, to be fair, and I'm quite happy about that because you know what my views are on zoos, and we've done a whole episode on this, animal prisons.
Yeah, I love them.
I don't love them. I fucking hate zoos.
I don't like the zoo. Love and but yeah.
But I'm not here to say what's right, what's wrong. It's just what's appropriate and all that. But it is Wildlife Conservation Day, which basically means, when you get those poacher hunters, people that actually go hunting to kill the people hunting the animals. Love those people. Just love to highlight it, zoos. But then obviously in the sea as well, the sea shepherds, the ones that protect the whales from all of those poachers that are out there killing whales. So anyway, shout outs to all of them. Today is for you, Wildlife Conservation Day. Did you also know it's Wear Brown Shoes Day?
Oh, I failed on that one. Yeah.
You didn't fail, you just didn't know.
I had yellow boots with brown heels. So I guess, the heel was brown. So part of my shoe was brown. Yeah, I don't know these fun facts that you bring up on our episodes. I'm learning.
I won't next year. 4th of December. Please remember, 4th of December, I've got to wear brown shoes.
No.
I've got to go and hunt some poachers. And I've got to wear socks. And I'll hopefully get to the savannah and see a cheetah as well. I'm prepping you for next year, the 4th of December.
Okay.
Now, did you know? Imagine if we actually do that. Walking around the savannah.
100 wearing brown shoes and socks. Playing with dice and that. Right. Did you know, psychology-wise, someone who wears brown shoes over black shoes, choice-wise, is more trustworthy?
Brown shoes over black shoes?
Yeah.
I have more brown shoes than I do black.
Yeah. There you go.
I actually do.
Yes, Needy. I love that. Wear your brown shoes with your cheetah socks. That is what I'm saying anyway.
Oh,
On the brown shoes, just so you know.
1 pair of black boots, 1 pair of black heels, 3 pairs of black heels actually, and so many other colours. But I definitely have more brown and beige than I do black. Yeah.
All right, Liz. You've got to try and sell it to us. We believe you. You're trustworthy.
I found this really interesting.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
How
It's
can I
cool.
tell? I mean, what was this study done? Like, where was it done? How was it done? I need to know the actual ins and outs, because how can you say that somebody that has more brown
It's
shoes?
psychology, isn't it? It's like what you're drawn to. It's the same with ties as well. Like when it's like someone who wears a red tie versus someone who wears a blue tie, especially when they go for like elections and stuff like that. Psychology-wise, they make the candidates wear specific colours of tie.
Yeah, there's like, or they get them to look very conservative in the box when they evidence and things like that. Yeah.
100%. We used to purposely train people at my boot camp to wear only red bibs, because red being the first chakra, being survival, when you're training, your body sees red and it trains.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a psychology thing. Yeah. It's great. It was great. Okay. Did you also know on the 4th of December, it is Santa's list day? So as tradition goes, Saint Nick would write the naughty and nice list today. So it allowed him 3 weeks to get all the presents ready for the ones that were nice, and then tell not worry about the ones who were naughty.
Oh, well, I'm on the list again.
Yeah, so if you're a parent who obviously has to get the list to Santa, today is the day you're supposed to get that list. So it gives you 3 weeks to let Santa know that he's got to get those gifts for the nice kids. You know what I mean? If your kids have been nice. Did you know?
No, I didn't know that. I do now.
Yeah, no worries. So on this day, obviously get your dice, get your brown shoes, get to the savannah, see a cheetah, wear your socks.
Are we this information again? Is anyone listening ever going to use this information again?
Of course they are. That's why they need it. That's why they love it.
Right. Okay.
It is also National Cookie Day.
Oh, I'm down to that one.
Yeah, I'm down for that one. I remember that one.
Why did you say that one till last?
What's your favourite cookies, guys?
Oh,
Okay, so I really love do you know those Nen biscuits?
Oh, sorry, let me get that. Men biscuits.
Nens. They're called, and they do these mint dark chocolate and mint ones, and they do these chocolate orange ones, and they are just so good. So good. They're really oaty and full of flavour. And I do love the naughty ones, like peanut cookies, white chocolate chip cookies. I like loads of cookies. I am so such sweet too. You know this.
You're a cookie monster.
I am.
Me, I'm a big Oreo fan. I will never ever sway away from Oreo. Oreos are my go-to. I love flipping Oreos. I'm big time. Michael, what about you? What's your favourite cookies?
I don't have a favourite cookie.
You don't have a favourite?
I mean, if I really, really had to pick something, it would just be Danny's homemade cookies.
Nice.
Well, there's no production cookies ever gonna.
Actually, I think they're the best.
No, you can't change your mind now.
Well, no, I'm changing my mind. I want all of them. I'm not selecting one.
It was like Crystal. She's like, I like the new Cadbury's melted chocolate in the middle. I love peanut ones, says True Seeker. Now people are saying cookies, right? All right, so we know that we've got some cookie lovers here. 4th of December is Walt Disney Day. Just so you know, 4th of December, Walt Disney Day. Mixed reviews about Walt Disney, but I actually don't know why, Michael, to be honest. But it's maybe a day to celebrate the man behind what Disney is. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, shout out to Walt Disney. I'm happy he's here. Sometimes I'm happy he ain't. Yin and yang in everything, I suppose. But anyway, just so you know. Next one is the Gift of Sight month. So December as a whole, be grateful that you can see.
Yes. Regardless of whether it's December, we should be grateful. Full stop.
Love it. It's also National Write a Business Plan month. In case anyone wanted to, have an idea that you got to write a plan about, it's the month to do it. So get amongst it. Final thing, before the final thing, it's also Universal Human Rights Month, December.
Yes.
Human Rights Month, which is kind of ties into what we spoke about earlier this episode.
Very, very, very important. Our human rights.
Yeah. And the final thing is Jay-Z's birthday.
Happy birthday,
Don't know who Jay-Z is.
Jay-Z.
Happy birthday, Jay-Z. 4th of December, 1969, Jay-Z was born. One of the world's billionaires.
19 what?
69.
Is he?
1969.
So he's like 54 or something. 50, I don't even know, yeah. Wow. Wow.
People are like, who's Jay-Z? Beyonce's husband. Who's Beyonce? Fair enough. Yeah, I am getting old.
I didn't know he was actually.
Cool. Well, that's all I got for you. So on this day next
They were
year,
good books.
Thanks for
on this day next year, we'll get a card sent to JD.
you know.
Try and get him on the show. Bake him some cookies. At the same time, we'll write a business plan. We'll give thanks for our eyes.
Bye.
Go Disneyland.
For his birthday.
Yeah, we'll let Santa know that we've been nice. We'll wear brown shoes with our socks. Go to the savannah, see a cheetah, and
I
roll
think
some.
you can see you on at Disney.
What? See a cheetah at Disney?
Yeah, I think they've got one in Animal Kingdom.
A real one.
Animal Kingdom is like a better zoo.
I'd rather go to the savannah.
Yeah.
And then we can also give thanks to the poachers as well. No, not the poachers. The people that kill the poachers, the hunters. Poacher hunters.
Yeah.
Poacher hunters? Sounds like poker hunters. But yeah, poacher hunters. Happy days. Right, that is the end of the episode. Liz, Michael. All good. Viewers, all good. Thank you so much for being here. Love you. You know how it is. Liz, Michael, is there anything else you want to add to tonight's episode before we say goodbye?
No, I'm good.
No, thank goodness for technology, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to see you guys.
Here we go. I love it. I do love it. The dystopian future. I'm in it. I'm witnessing it. Live it. You know it, you know? Maybe I should write a book about my experience about it. Maybe you guys should. Maybe we should all make a collective book about our experiences about this current state. Rather than it being dystopian future, it's not the future. It's right now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Until next time.
Until next time. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, you know what to do. You know how to do it. And we'll see you on the next one. Everyone, everywhere.